All right, second video. You may be able to identify the participants here from context clues. I went to a farmer's market in Bakersfield Sunday morning, and I'm still there. I'm getting ready to leave. I'm recording these videos from the parking lot at the farmer's market. And at this farmer's market, there is a comic book and collectibles dealer. So having a newfound penchant for picking through and pricing books, I'm looking through their books. First one I check is Infinity Gauntlet #1, which they have priced at $15. And I'm like, that's either a really good deal or a really bad deal. So I price it, and it's barely worth $15 in mint condition. So that sets the tone. The next book I look at is Fantastic Four. It was in the early 100s. I want to say it was like 106, 108. And I'm going over it, and I see all the dings on the spine and the folded lower right corner of the cover, modeling in the cover painting. There's a whole lot of problems with this book, even though it doesn't necessarily look like it. It's like a book that you can pass for decent quality. And they've got it priced at $20. So I go in to price it, and 6.0 is an 18, and 6.5 is like 25. I could look up the actual numbers, but you get the gist. And I know that my X-Men 142 or 141 looks better than this book. It's in way better condition, and it's a 6.0. So I'm not hopeful. But since they've priced it retail to be worth between 6 and 6.5, I'm curious about their philosophy. So I go over and I ask the guy who's selling it, can you tell me what you would score this at? What you think this would score at? And he goes, oh, are you going to have it graded? I went, yeah, I have everything I buy graded. He goes, well, this come in about a 7.0. Says they let you have one or two major problems, but above that, yeah, this is coming at 7.0. And at that point, I know he's full of shit. Because CGC does not let anything go. They're looking for perfection in the grade. To be mint condition, there can be no creases in the spine. They don't let a folded lower right-hand cover go. So I start pointing out all the stuff to him. I'm going, you sure you think that's a 7.0? And I point to all of the things that I've noted in this video, plus a couple more. He goes, yeah, CGC lets that go. I go, okay. And I put that book back. Now armed with the knowledge from the Infinity Gauntlet and the Fantastic Four book, I go back to picking through their stacks. And I pull about 5 books, some X-Men, a couple Amazing Spider-Man, and a Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man, a couple other things, about 5 books total. And while I'm got my phone out and I'm pricing them to see what grade will associate with what score, or what grade will associate with what price. And while I'm doing this, there's 3 guys working the booth. And I hear them talking, and I hear them go, yeah, everybody thinks they're a trader now. And a lot of things go through my mind. I'm like, do I put all the books back down and leave? Do I show them the picture of the 3 books I have graded and tell them what I paid for them? Or what I paid for show them the other books I've recently purchased that are in the process of grading? Do I tell them that I know there's no CGC store in Bakersfield according to the directory? So what I did was I continued scoring all the books. And as expected, everything I scored was overpriced. It was either priced at more than its potential, or it was priced at a higher grade than I thought the book would get from CGC, with the exception of one. This is an $8 book in mint condition. It's a $5 book at 5.0, and I think it's higher than a 5.0. So I'm gonna. It's not Action Comics #1. It's not first appearance of Batman. It's not anything special, but I have a soft spot for the Hobgoblin, for Daredevil, and for the black suited Spider-Man. So to get it's an $8 book that I got for $5. But as I hand in the $5, they're going, "You want a bag?" And they're smirking at me, and I'm not misinterpreting this. And I'm just, dude, it just. I know it's anecdotal evidence I'm using to reach a universal conclusion, but man, it feels like this town just wants to rip people off. The sooner I can get out of here, the better. The happier I will be. I got a book to write, man. I got a book to write. So, that's my treasure from today. I am a softie for the black suited Spider-Man, and for Daredevil, and for the Hobgoblin. But I'm not going to let myself get ripped off. $5 is a good price for that book, because it'll grade it at least 5. But it will cost me more to have it graded than the book is worth. Cool. Peace.